Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, and brought to you by Coca-Cola. When you're stocking up for game day, be sure to grab a Coke with a friend. Together, taste better. Carolina Ford. Ford, built for victory. Built for the Carolinas. Contact your Carolina Ford dealer today. And by Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, 919 all fours.
Hello again and welcome to the Carolina Insider. So glad that you have decided to join us as we go through the next 30 minutes or so. Of course, no game this weekend for the Tar Heels. In fact, no Tar Heel action at all this weekend, with most of the fall sports wrapping up, it being exam week as well. Men's and women's basketball start next week, and of course football still has a handful of games remaining in the regular season as well. But just because there are no games doesn't mean that we don't have a terrific show for you. Here in just a second, Adam Lucas is going to join me and we'll break down some current events around Carolina athletics. Later on in the show, we're going to get a full update on how the fall seasons went, the COVID protocols, etc. for the winter season, and a lot more with Bubba Cunningham, the Tar Heel AD. So look forward to catching up with Bubba. We have our social drive as well with some cool basketball content in there, including Cole Anthony being drafted in the first round earlier this week. So a lot to get to. Let's bring in Adam Lucas and get this show started here on the Carolina Insider. Carolina's next game is against Notre Dame. That is the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, so a Friday game and big time slot. Adam, day after Thanksgiving, 3:30, national television. Radio-wise, we'll be on the air at 2:30 to get you ready, and Notre Dame's going to be one or two in the country when that game occurs, depending on what else happens around the nation, because the Irish are off this weekend as well, just like the Tar Heels, and there will be a lot of attention on that game.
Man, if you weren't already mad at COVID, that game is going to really make you mad at COVID, because just imagine what Chapel Hill would be like, what Kenan Stadium would be like for that game on that Friday at 3:30, the day after Thanksgiving. That's the kind of game Mac Brown is trying to build this program to. 7% capacity at Kenan Stadium, the best that will be allowed. So just make do with what you have. The crowd that was there for the Wake Forest game, even though they were small, as Mac Brown said, they were mighty. And Carolina will need to be mighty in every phase of the game because Notre Dame is legitimately good.
And then, Adam, the final two games of the regular season after the Notre Dame game, there's been a flip. Western Carolina and Miami. Carolina's dates flipping with those two opponents. Miami having to shut its program down for a couple of weeks due to elevated COVID numbers. That caused a cascade of changes across the ACC. And Carolina, one of those teams that had its schedule changed. So now it will be Saturday, December the 5th. Carolina will host Western Carolina on that day in Chapel Hill, Saturday, December the 5th, and then Saturday, December the 12th. That will be Carolina's final regular season game. That will be in Miami. So Western Carolina now on Saturday the 5th at Miami now on December the 12th. So still a lot of football to play, even though we're here at the end of November, getting into early December. Still several games left for the Tar Heels. All right, let's take a look at some other sports around Chapel Hill. And unfortunately, Adam, neither of the soccer teams had their fall seasons end the way they wanted. Women's soccer falls just short in the ACC championship game against Florida State. Of course, a long way still to go, as the NCAA season and the national championship will be decided in the spring. And men's soccer lost in overtime in the ACC tournament to Notre Dame. It was a 1-0 final with an overtime goal for the Irish. And even with that, the men's soccer team still ranked number 4 in the nation. And so not the way those two seasons, ACC seasons, wanted to end, but still a lot of action still to come for both those programs. Quick schedule update for men's basketball. We have learned at least the times of the first 2 home games. Carolina only has 1 home game in November, 1 home game in December, and you see there 6 o'clock Carolina against College of Charleston. That's coming up soon. It's less than a week from now. It'll be Wednesday, November 25th in the Smith Center, and then the only home game for the Tar Heels in December, a 3 o'clock start against Elon on December 12th. And that December 12th date had suddenly become very busy. If you remember what we just said a few minutes ago, Carolina will now be playing Miami on the road in football that day as well. So there'll be both football and men's basketball on December the 12th.
And who knows? Maybe we'll be sitting right back here after those home basketball games. Keep an eye on GoHeels.com and all your normal social media channels to find out more about that as it gets a little closer.
One, can we let the kids participate safely? Can we let their family in? And then when we have a community here on campus, can we get them in safely as well? I think that's probably where we're going to end up throughout the entire season.
2020 has been the year of the unthinkable, and millions of Americans are struggling to put food on the table. So Wells Fargo is helping our neighbors feed their loved ones, using some of our locations as drive-up food banks, and helping provide 50 million meals for Americans in need. The unthinkable has happened. Now it's time to rethink how to make a difference. Wells Fargo.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
It's Ford Truck Month, and if this is your kind of day, and this is your kind of truck, then this is your month. Ford Truck Month. Now, get great deals on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 43 years.
Now during Ford Truck Month, get a 2020 F-150 with up to $10,765 in total savings, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison and Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919 all fours.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
Throughout this fall, we have asked Tar Heel AD Bubba Cunningham to join us several times to give us some updates because, quite honestly, there's so much going on and that information has tended to change from week to week. So we asked Bubba to join us again to get us caught up on how the fall seasons went and look ahead to some of the protocols that will be necessary for the winter and beyond. So Adam Lucas and I had a chance to catch up with Bubba Cunningham, Tar Heel AD.
You know, volleyball is done, soccer's now done, football has 3 more games to go, cross country's done, and we're in finals week. When was the last time we were in finals week before football was done? So
Right.
it just, the rhythm of the whole year has been very disrupted. But I think our coaches and our kids have done a fabulous job staying connected and staying on task. But they need a break. You know, I think the semester is winding down and everybody's tired. And so it'll be good for the kids to get out for a while and then come back.
It seems like a lot of things happen every week. This week, the ACC football schedule moved around, which affected the Tar Heels. When something like that happens, how does it all unfold on your side to then put everything into place?
Well, you'd like to say it's just smooth. You know, we've already planned for that. No chance. that didn't. We have no idea what's coming. The phone rings. I got an email the other day, yesterday or day before, urgent call. And I didn't even look to see who was on it, but it was ADs. And that was the domino of Miami sitting out for 2 weeks. So 6 of us were on the call. We went through a bunch of different options of how we're going to shuffle the schedule that impacted Louisville, Boston College, Georgia Tech, Miami, Wake Forest, and us. And so we got that done. And was it 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock last night? Wake Forest not playing Duke.
Right.
So you just don't know. And when we started talking about planning for the season, we knew we were going to have disruption. We've been really fortunate. We haven't had very much in any of our sports. Unfortunately now, just right here toward the end, we're getting a couple, like the rest of the country. But then you say, okay, what can we do? We want to provide these opportunities to play. We all have to work together to get some kind of an outcome, and that's what we're trying to do. Fortunately, in this change, ours wasn't too bad. We flipped the Miami game in the Western Carolina, knock on wood, that it stays that way. We've got 2 weeks before we play Notre Dame, and then we'll get to those last 2 games.
Bubba, also a couple of pieces of basketball news, most notably the NCAA tournament stating that the plan was to have the entire event at one central location. I'd be interested in your thoughts on that information.
Well, I think it's a really smart idea. You know, normally there's 14 cities. You know, you've got Dayton, you have the first and second round sites, you have the regional sites, and then you go to the championship site. So flying all those teams all over the country, 68 teams, it just doesn't seem to make sense. Mm-hmm. The less travel you have, the more you can keep people together, the better. So right now the thought is one city and multiple venues within that city. So you could actually have a progression toward the Final Four within a particular city. But you know, we're all concerned about it. Can we actually do that? Can we pull it off? I think we can. And I'll give a ton of credit to Dan Gavitt and Joanne Scott at the NCAA, Mitch Barnhart, who runs the NCAA Men's Basketball Committee. And they're doing a great job doing a lot of research and coming up with what I think is a good alternative. And you know, maybe for 1 year, it's a great thing to try. I've seen a lot of different court configurations. I've seen different courts, and we'll see how the whole thing comes together.
We're getting closer to Carolina basketball being able to play a game. What plans are in place, do we know yet, for fans to be able to come or not come to the Smith Center?
Well, I think not come is probably something that would probably be top of mind. You know, we really focus on playing. We're doing everything we can to create a safe environment for the student athletes. So the bench setup, the scorer's table, all of those things will be completely different. The bleachers are going to be pushed back, more spacing. In fact, we're down the sideline and around the baseline with some of our team personnel. So what we're going to try to do is get some of our families in. Families of the players are our top priority. The second priority would be our students. Can we get some students in when they come back for second semester? You know, just traveling from county to county, cross state lines, coming together in an indoor facility and then returning to your community just doesn't seem like something we should be doing right now. So one, can we let the kids participate safely? Can we let their family in? And then when we have a community here on campus, can we get them in safely as well? I think that's probably where we're going to end up throughout the entire season.
Bubba, last thing before we let you go, Carolina Victory Fund. What is that? How can people be a part of it?
Well, that's a very important fund because that's how we support what we're doing. So without fans at the games this year, we have television, and that's been fantastic because we've shown our kids on live broadcasts. And this building right here provides that opportunity for us to create those broadcasts. But what we don't have is ticket revenue. And the Victory Fund is something that will allow us to continue to offer the 28 sports, to continue to offer those scholarships. And the generosity of our season ticket holders, our Rams Club members, the Carolina community is critically important to the ongoing success of our program. So that is what that fund is about. How do we replace ticket revenue for this year? We know that this year is a tough year financially. We think we can get out of it next year, and the support that we get from our fans and from our alumni is really most appreciated.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
We can make that happen, definitely.
This looks great.
We'll bring it and have
Getting through the morning meeting in one piece?
Thanks.
Feels good. Then realizing it's payday. That definitely feels good. All while keeping the kids busy and the clients happy? you're unstoppable. With a Wells Fargo checking account, you can bank without missing a beat.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison and Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919 all fours.
Time to start it up, America. You've got a lot of joy to make. And we're kicking off the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event because you've got turkeys to fry and thanks to give. To help you do it right, we're giving you 90 days payment deferment and 1,000 trade assist cash on the Built Ford Tough F-150 and Ford Ranger. That's on top of what your eligible trade is worth. That'll make a lot of joy this season. Now get F-150 with up to $11,000 in total savings, including 1,000 trade assist on top of your eligible trade-in, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
Every week we try to take a tour around social media and find some Tar Heel relevant topics, and plenty out there this week for us to get to on our social drive, including a bunch of basketball content. Let's check it out here on the Carolina Insider. And Adam, we start with the NBA draft. Cole Anthony going number 15 to the Orlando Magic. Let's take a look back at the moment when Cole heard his name called.
With the 15th pick in the 2020 NBA draft, the Orlando Magic select Cole Anthony from the University of North Carolina.
Adam, great to see for Cole, and we didn't have the interview there, but he was emotional afterwards and clear how much the injury that he dealt with last season affected him. He said it really was a hard year in that regard for him, trying to battle through that injury. And so certainly, hopefully he's healthy and has a great career.
Changed the year for him and for the Tar Heels.
No, absolutely.
You couldn't get Spike Lee a chair? Spike Lee's got to sit on the ground? Like, that's how familiar we are with Spike Lee. But great news for Cole Anthony. That seems like a good fit for him. Roy Williams now has 33 first-round NBA draft picks in his 32 seasons as a head coach between Kansas and Carolina. So tradition continues for Carolina basketball in the NBA draft.
And certainly a tradition of excellence at the point guard position for Carolina basketball, and that includes Marcus Page. I'm not sure, Adam, what language is that? Where is Marcus now?
Marcus is in Serbia, and now we know how to spell Marcus Page in Serbian. What we do know is he went 8 of 10 from 3 in this game.
There's one. This is just Marcus being Marcus. I mean, look, it looks like just like we saw at Carolina, maybe a little bit bigger and older and wiser, but that's just Marcus being Marcus.
What we learned from this video is it doesn't matter what country you're in, what kind of ball you use, what language they're speaking. Marcus Page can shoot the ball, and doing very well in Serbia, and he seems to like it and be comfortable over there.
Okay, Adam, this has been something that we've been tracking for a while, of course. If you were with us back in the spring, you remember that Carolina assistant track and field coach Dylan Sorensen broke a world record in the spring for running a mile while dribbling a basketball. That record had since been broken multiple
by Jones.
I didn't quite get there. I did run a mile dribbling a basketball. Mine was 3 minutes longer than what Dylan was able to do. But since then, Dylan's record has been broken, so he decided to do it again. We talked about this recently with a little bit of a charitable tie as well, asking people to donate money for the Forever Tar Heels campaign. And we've got some video. Dylan earlier this week went out and just barely beat the new world record. Let's check it out.
Set, go!
4:33.73. Adam, if I'm not mistaken, the previous record was 4:33.75. So 0.02 of a second, new world record for Dylan Sorensen.
Nobody asks you how much did you break the world record by.
Right.
They just say, are you a world record holder? And Dylan Sorensen today can say yes. Encourage you to go to ramsclub.com and participate in that fundraising campaign because Dylan Sorensen really doing great work for Forever Tar Heels with that event.
Yeah, just asking for a $15 donation to match the 15 women's sports that are at Carolina. And of course, that Forever Tar Heel campaign looking to raise $100 million for women's athletics at Carolina. Adam, let's go back to last week and the Wake Forest game quickly as we wrap things up here. You may remember that we were able to give away a couple of tickets to the Wake Forest game, and our winner from that game was Luke. Luke sent us a picture and had a great time. We actually heard from Luke a couple of times during the day, sent some pictures, and was very appreciative. He and I believe his mom came to the game, and they had a great time and saw a terrific Tar Heel comeback.
We can make that happen, definitely.
This looks great.
We'll bring it and have
Getting through the morning meeting in one piece
thanks.
feels good. Then realizing it's payday. That definitely feels good. All while keeping the kids busy and the clients happy. You're unstoppable. With a Wells Fargo checking account, you can bank without missing a beat.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Time to start it up, America. You've got a lot of joy to make. And we're kicking off the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event because you've got turkeys to fry and thanks to give. To help you do it right, we're giving you 90 days payment deferment and 1,000 trade assist cash on the Built Ford Tough F-150 and Ford Ranger. That's on top of what your eligible trade is worth. That'll make a lot of joy this season. Now get F-150 with up to $11,000 in total savings, including 1,000 trade assist on top of your eligible trade-in, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison and Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919 all fours.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
Of course, no Tar Heel football this weekend, but gosh, there has been plenty of Tar Heel football and plenty of exciting plays through the first 2/3 of this season. Let's take a look back at some of the big plays so far for Carolina football.
3 receivers to the near side of the field. Now Galloway goes in motion. That tight end Long's on the right side of the line. Jerkovic in a play action. Pressure coming from Hopper. Jerkovic keeping the play alive, and the pass intercepted. Intercepted by Morrison. Morrison heading down the field. He can score 2 on this play, and he's going to do it. Morrison with the pick, and 100 yards later, put some points on the board. Powell the play action. Has time to go deep. He's going to try and do it. Down the far sideline. Brown in the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. De'Ami Brown beat his defender, Jermaine Waller, and puts for the second time today 6 on the board. Carolina up 49-37. They'll keep it on the ground with Carter. Carter sprinting to the near side, gets a great block in front of him. Carter off to the races. 25, 20, 10-5, give him 6, baby. Michael Carter having a career day, and he hits pay dirt for the score. Powell to throw. Knowles rush 4. Going to Corrales, near side. Corrales leaps in the end zone.
Got it.
Got it. Touchdown, Carolina. What a grab by Corrales in traffic. The Heels somehow are right back in this puppy. Tight end on either side of the line for State. Finley with pressure coming from the backside. Lets it go wide open in the end zone, but juggling it. And then it is intercepted. Don Chapman gets the pick. State had a man, Dylan Parham, wide open in the end zone, but he popped it up in the air, and Chapman came down with it. It'll be a sprint option. Near side, Heels pitch it to Javonte Williams. He just plows through some State players, knocked over Garrett Walston for good measure, too, who was out in front blocking, and rumbles in for the touchdown.
Nice block by Emory Simmons there on the right side, Jones as well.
Howell on 3rd and long. In the pocket, has time to throw, wide open, making the catch at the 20 is Carter down the near sideline, trucks a Duke defender at the pylon for the touchdown. Michael Carter with some Michael Carter on Michael Carter damage right at the pylon as he ran over the Duke safety. Snap to Howell. Quarterback draw. Howell, first down and more. Howell to the 5. Howell to the end zone. He's done it all day with his arm, and now he gives Carolina the lead with his legs.
And that was a called quarterback draw the whole way, and it looked like he was ready to give up on it at one point, Jones, to just slide, but he made a nice little move, dashed to the left side, and went all the way in for the touchdown. What a play.
Howell claps his hands. He'll give it to Javonte Williams. Javonte right side, 10-5, give him 6. What a comeback!
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics. And brought to you by Coca-Cola. When you're stocking up for game day, be sure to grab a Coke with a friend. Together, tastes better. Carolina Insider is produced by Go Heels Productions for Tar Heel Sports Properties, a property of Learfield IMG College.